and he's an Indian brother, Iroquois Nation, Mr. Charlie Hill. Please welcome him.
Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? You have problems doing my act, you know, because I know a lot of you white people never seen an Indian do stand-up comedy before, you know. Like, for so long, you probably thought that Indians never had a sense of humor, you know. We never thought you were too funny, either. I'm Oneida. I'm from Wisconsin. It's part of the Iroquois Nation. My people are from Wisconsin. We used to be from New York. We had a little real estate problem. A lot of things I couldn't relate to, you know. Like the Pilgrims. They weren't my forefathers, you know. Pilgrims came to this land 400 years ago as illegal aliens. You know, we used to call them whitebacks. You know, they started unloading the boats, building houses, you know, on the East Coast. First thing we asked, you guys gonna stay tonight? Doesn't that just burn you up when people come over and they never leave? Maybe change some of the movie cliches, you know. You see every day in the movies, or the settlers come in, gets the Indian loaded and wants his resources, you know. Say, Injun, which way does this road go? Road stay. You go. I just have a dream that someday I will get into the movies, right? And then I will win an Academy Award. Then I'll refuse it because of the mistreatment of Marlon Brando.
I used to hear when I started, gee, I never heard of a funny Indian before. And the woman that said it, I thought, she doesn't know better. And it's also very funny, but also real sad at the same time. So you get around Indian people, there's always laughter. Even in times of stress, sorrow, sadness, there's always that undercurrent of humor. It's something spiritual. There's always something funny about it, because joviality, lightness, laughter. They say laughter is the language of God. Declaration of Independence, the phrase savage Indian is written in it like 3 or 4 different times, and nobody's ever changed it or addressed it or anything. And so we get people to laugh at us instead of at us. And but we're fighting hundreds of years of stereotypes just by the very act that we're up here.
Hey, these Indian casinos are great. And this guy looked just pissed off at me, and I go, oh, I'm sorry, Native American, right? It's Native American. Accept my apology, no disrespect. And he goes, you offend my people. And I said, how?
There's a word they call us now Native Americans, which is a generic term I never liked. We are older than America, so how can we be native than something we are older than?
Yes, I am Native American. I'm indigenous. I'm aboriginal. I'm sick and tired of all the political correct crap. You just call me Caucasically impaired. Is that better? Does that work?
I'm an American Indian. I'm an indigenous person of North America. When people find out I'm Indian, that's when the questions start. Find out I'm Indian, they're like, oh, wow, so do you know how to do the rain dance? Why would I know that? My apartment has running water. Hey, oh, the cars are all dirty and I can't find the hose. Thank God I'm Indian. This is very convenient.
I don't mean to be rude. Are you an Indian? And he was cool. Yes. Yes, I'm Indian. Still didn't believe him. I had to test him to be sure. This is fucked up. But I had a gum wrapper in my pocket, so I balled that shit up and I threw it on the floor. And a single tear came out his eye. I said, oh, shit. So what tribe are you from? I am a Navajo. I said, word. I studied you in social studies.
We have ancient traditions that we have and still use them, and that's what keeps us strong. But at the same time, we're also modern, contemporary people.
In college, I took a Native American Studies class, and I was the only Native American in the class, and I got a C.
You know how bad I did in college? I was probably the only Indian brother ever to flunk archery. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's right. Jewish father, Navajo son. That makes me a bargain hunter-gatherer.
It started as kindergarten when I was the only Indian in my class. We'd have storytelling time. He's just like, all right, everyone sit Indian style. Well, like Jim. Put my leg behind my head. Come on, everybody.
Meet your chief. Why don't me, you, and your chief and your friends get together tonight? We could have a real live peace pipe smoking ritual. We need to celebrate, nigga. I thought you were dead.
You know one thing? Us Indian people, we're still here, man. We're still here. Trying to kill us, we're like, you missed.
I like scary movies. You guys like scary movies? Even though they confuse me. Because every time they're always about a house or a building or something that was built in an old Indian burial ground, but you never see any Indian ghosts in them. You get relocated by the white ghost.
Sitting on the airlines, you know, in the middle seat here, and there's a redneck sitting on each side of me, and I'm thinking, you might have stole my land, you might have ripped up my culture, but you're not getting these damn armrests. I'll tell you that much.
Them Indians was beating the drum. Some other Indians came out the back with a long blanket that was folded in half and put in front of us. Opened that shit up, and on the blanket was a long wooden pipe with feathers. And bags of weed were all over the blanket. And the chief walked over. The big ones are 50. The little ones are 25. And these are 10.
From the reservation in South Dakota, give it up for me, folks. I made it out the red. Hell, that's like Gilligan leaving the island. It's a big deal. I didn't even know we could leave the res. What? We can leave? I'm out of here.
So we got married the old Indian way. You know, I had to give him 4 horses and a blender. And then he, in return, gave me the guest house. Actually, it's a 62 Oldsmobile. And
Blackfeet, you're welcome to stay amongst me and my tribe for the night until the spirits leave you. And they gave me my own teepee to sleep in, which sounds nice. I personally felt like it was a little fucked up, you know, because they all had houses, man. It's like, why can't I sleep with y'all in the house and watch TV? Nigga, I can't be on this grass all night.
There are differences between us. You know, basic differences. We're all related, but we are culturally different. You know, sometimes you go to a white man's house, and he's got a big coffee table book, pictures of Indian elders. You don't go to an Indian's house and see a bunch of old-ass white people hanging on the wall, do you? But we always see these wannabes at the powwow, and they always want to be, you know. So I wrote a commercial called Generic-y. Say, wannabes, are you tired of being left out in the cold with no native heritage? Unaware of your Indian roots? Or maybe you have no Indian roots. Feel uncomfortable at powwows? Well, soon you'll be out there singing and dancing with the rest of us, thanks to Generic-y. Yes, 1 spoonful of Generic-y, and your native roots will start to grow back instantly. You'll never feel spiritually inadequate again. Taken as directed, Generic-y increases wisdom, restores earthiness, and makes you one with the universe without a prescription. So try it today. When someone asks you your tribal affiliation, just say Generic-y. You may not be able to prove it, but you'll know it in your heart. Caution, side effects may include suicide, poverty, disease, religious persecution, and general loss of land. Thank you. Good night.